Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, so the last two questions, they are related to ionic equation. So 5.45, what is an ionic equation and spectator ions? Okay, spectator ion. So the ionic equation is, which we discussed in the previous chapter also, if you remember, that in ionic equation, we used to write the ions. The equation, in equation, we will write the ions whose state changes during a reaction, whose state change during a reaction. Okay, so in ionic equation, so like if you remember, we will write the ionic equations right now. Okay, but if you remember from the previous lectures, that how do we write the ionic equation? We split the compounds into their ions, then we cancel the spectator ions which are same on both sides. Okay, which states are same on both sides, then we will only write the equation containing the ions whose state changes. Okay, so that's the ionic equation, whose state change during a reaction. And spectator ions are those ions whose state does not change. Okay, the ions whose state or do not. Okay, so if you're using ions, then do not change during a reaction. Spectator ion is that ion whose state does not change during a reaction. Okay, so this is a definition of them. Whose state does not change during a reaction, or and they stay in the solution. Okay, they stay in the solution also. Now write an ionic equation that corresponds to, okay, so the first one I already solved it. Magnesium oxide reacting with nitric acid, part A. Okay, so this is the answer of part A. It will appear to you on your screen after some time. Did it come?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the first one, C, magnesium oxide reacting with nitric acid. Okay, part A. So magnesium oxide is a solid ionic compound, but when it reacts with an acid, then it dissociates into its ions. Okay, so magnesium 2 plus, oxygen is 2 minus. Okay, you should know the ions also. Hydrogen H NO3 will split into like H positive and nitric acid. Then magnesium will take hydrogen's place, so it will form magnesium nitrate in the product. Okay, the salt is formed because we know when acid and base reacts or acid and alkali reacts, it forms salt and water. Okay, so the water is formed and the salt is formed when metal will take hydrogen's place. So magnesium nitrate, and this is also aqueous, so it will also split magnesium and nitrate ions, and water will not split because it is covalent in nature. Okay, and it's liquid also. Now we will cancel those ions which are same on both sides. So magnesium same, and nitrate same. Okay, and please remember that these ions are all aqueous. Okay, all of the ions are aqueous because only in water they will split. Okay, so although here you can see that magnesium oxide is a solid, okay, but when it splits into its ions, it becomes aqueous. Its state changes because when it is dissolved in water, then it splits. Okay, so magnesium, nitrate, they are same on both sides. They are the spectator ions, so we cancel them. Okay, and rest of the equation we'll write down. So 2H positive aqueous plus O2 negative aqueous gives liquid water. Okay, so you can see here that ionic equation contains the ions whose state changes during a reaction. Okay, so previously the ions were aqueous, but now they have joined to form liquid water. Okay, so if you want to take the screenshot, take a screenshot of the answer, and then we'll move to the next question. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay. Now question part B. Okay, part B of this question is sodium carbonate reacting with HCl, hydrochloric acid. Okay, so sodium carbonate is also a metal carbonate. So obviously metal is present. So metal will take hydrogen's place here, hydrogen's place. So it will form sodium chloride plus water, okay, plus carbon dioxide because of this carbonate. Okay, whenever carbonate is present after the reaction, it will give carbon dioxide. So we get three products, NaCl plus water plus carbon dioxide. All of them will split, okay, because they are in aqueous. So metal carbonate also, although it is solid, but in HCl solution, in aqueous solution, it will split. So we get Na positive carbonate ion, hydrogen and chloride ion, okay, from HCl. NaCl will give sodium and chloride ion. H2O and carbon dioxide, they will not split because they are covalent. Okay, they are covalent compounds. Ionic compounds will split because they have ions. Okay, so we cancel the spectator ions. Sodium is same. Chloride ions are same on both sides. Okay, so sodium and chloride, they are our spectator ions whose state does not change. Okay, and the rest of the ions will write them down. 2H positive plus CO3 2 negative. Okay, and it will give water and carbon dioxide. And here the state is changing from aqueous ions to liquid and gas, which is forming. So this is the ionic equation for this reaction. Okay,
Ma'am,
and remember boys, ionic equation is very important, okay, to write it. Yes beta.
ma'am, the sodium carbonate plus HCl equation, is it balanced?
mm, 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 mm. Yeah, no, we'll write 2 here with
Okay.
NaCl. Yeah, now it's balanced. Okay, I wrote 2 with ions but not with NaCl, I forgot. So yeah. Okay, the last part C, okay, that I left it on you. Do it by yourself. It's simple neutralization reaction in which there is potassium hydroxide and nitric acid. Okay, so all of them, both of them will be in aqueous, so both of them will split. Means all of them will split, all the reactants and products except H2O. So when you cancel the spectator ions, this will be left. H positive plus OH negative gives H2O. Okay, so this will be the equation, final equation. So I wrote the final equation. So you will do all of the steps by yourself. Okay, split them into ions and then cancel the spectator ions. So that's how you write the ionic equation. Clear? I'll take it as yes because you're silent voice. Okay. Um, Next page. Come to the end of chapter questions. Okay, page 148. Open page 148 of your book, end of chapter questions, and mark the questions which are included. Okay, included means which are related to the topics we studied. We studied only 4 topics from this chapter, and only 4 topics are coming. So there are few questions which are related to those topics. So mark them, okay, and do them on the weekend. Question number 2, okay, I am circling them with blue. Question number 2, question 3, part A and D only. Okay. So question number 2, question number 3, part A and D. Then question number 4, part A and B. And question number 5, part A and B. Okay, question number 5 also, part A and B. Noted, boys?
Yes, ma'am.
Question number 4, A and B, and question number 5, A and B. Okay, so these are the only questions which are related. Okay, for this one, boys, a dilute solution. This is question number 3, part D. Okay, here you have to tell the titration process. Okay, titration process is simple neutralization. Okay, and I'll share the answer key of these questions with you too. Okay, after the class I will post the answer key of chapter 5. Okay, so you will get the, you can consult the answer key also, but first try to attempt all these questions by yourself. Okay, then see the answer key. Okay, after that, boys, wait, there are some questions in chapter 5, sorry, chapter 4. Okay, let's come to the electrolysis chapter now. Chapter 4, electrolysis. In this chapter, there are few questions in the end which we did not discuss. Okay, extraction of aluminium. These questions also. And mainly these questions in the end. Okay, so we'll start from the end. So, boys, see question number 4.15 and 4.16. They are on page 114. Okay, so please open page 114 of your book.
Open, ma'am.
Page 114. Now see that an electrolysis cell is one method of physically separating the process involved in a redox reaction. Okay, separating the process. At which electrode does the oxidation process takes place? Oxidation is the loss of electrons. So at which electron loss of electrons takes place? Cathode or anode? Do you remember? Cathode is negative. At, sorry, at anode. Okay. So at which electrode does the oxidation takes place, means the loss of electrons takes place? At anode, because the negative ions goes to the anode and they lose the electron, lose the extra electron. Okay, so at anode. And at which electrode does the reduction takes place? That's cathode.
Cathode.
Yeah. Why can we use these terms in connection with the electrode processes taking place? Why can we use these terms in connection with the electrode processes taking place? What is the answer, boys? See at the back of the book. What is the answer of this question? 4.16 part C. Let me check it too. Just wait.
The answer is oxidation is defined as loss of electrons, which happens at the anode. Reduction is defined as gain of electrons, which happens at the cathode.
Yes, did you see the answer?
Yes, ma'am. Answer is oxidation is defined as loss of electrons, which happens at the anode. Reduction is defined as gain of electrons, which happens at the cathode.
Okay, simple. So they have written the definition of oxidation and reduction. Okay. Okay, so you should also write the same. That oxidation happens oxidation defined as a loss of electrons and happens at anode, and the reduction happens at the reduction is the gain of electrons which happens at cathode. Okay, simple. And for this one, okay, these type of questions are very important, diagrammatic questions. Okay, so see this one, the apparatus below was used to plate a strip of metal with copper. Okay, so we want to electroplate a metal with copper. One electrode was made of copper and the other was the metal strip to be plated. Which electrodes, X or Y, is the metal strip?
Electrode Y.
Which we want to be plated?
Yes, ma'am.
So it will be electrode Y. Why? Electrode Y is the correct answer, but why? See, we discussed in
Ma'am,
this that
because metals always give electrons, so they're positively charged. So when they receive electrons, they go to the cathode,
Negative.
and they get electroplated.
yes, very good answer. Okay, so the all the metals, because cathode is negative, the metals form positive charge. Here the metal is copper, so copper forms positive charge and plus will be attracted towards negative, and copper will start depositing on it, which we want. Okay, so that is why cathode is the substance to be plated is always made cathode negative. Okay, very good. Is the metal strip on anode or a cathode?
Cathode.
Yeah, cathode. If graphite were used instead of copper electrode in A, okay, so in instead of copper, because this is electroplating, so we are using reactive electrodes. Okay, but if it will be simple electrolysis, we use graphite inert electrodes. So what change would you notice to the electrolyte during the experiment?
Ma'am, it
Ma'am, the
becomes
carbon would
acidic.
react in electrolysis by itself too, so that would disrupt the process and purity of copper.
Mm, but it will react with itself. Yeah. See, they are saying on if only the copper electrode was replaced. Okay, this one X is made up of copper. Okay, X is made up of copper. So if this X, okay, they are saying if this cathode is not made up of copper, is made up of graphite, rest of the thing will be the same. Okay, in the solution we take copper sulfate. Okay, any salt of copper we can take. So what will happen if we take graphite?
Ma'am, the
So
solution will become acidic.
mm, yeah, yes, it becomes acidic. You know why it becomes acidic? In electrolysis, boys, that we know that in electrolysis, when it splits, then all the copper which is present in the solution will deposit on the cathode, and this sulfate will again go to the anode and react with further copper, with more copper, and form copper sulfate. Okay, so the solution copper sulfate will remain the same. The concentration of copper sulfate remains the same in the solution, because this sulfate keeps on reacting with the copper anode. Okay, but what happens that if the copper is not present, then what happens to this sulfate? This sulfate will react with the aqueous solution or with the water which is present here. Okay, sulfate will start reacting with the water and it will start forming H2SO4, which is acidic. So that's why the solution becomes acidic. Okay, when we replace the copper with any inert material. So there is no copper present, copper sulfate will not form. So this sulfate, it will be forced to react with the hydrogen of water. Okay, and form acidic solution. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
In industry, some plastics are electroplated. Why must the plastic be coated with a thin film of graphite before plating?
So
Means
ma'am, the electrode can
Mhm.
conduct electricity.
Yeah, so that it can conduct electricity. Okay, because the plastics are non-conductors. Okay, they are non-conductors. So they are saying that before doing the electroplating, why we have to cover it with graphite, the plastic with graphite. Okay, to form the conductance. Okay, to make it conductor. So when the current will pass, only then it will be positive or negative. Okay, so if the current will flow through them, then it will get charged, and if the current does not flow, it will not get charged. It will not become positive and negative, cathode and anode. Okay, so to give it charge, we have to coat it with the material which conducts. Okay, which conducts. So we cover it with graphite, and we discussed that graphite is a very good conductor. Okay, but it is inert. Okay, inert means it's unreactive, so it will not react with the plastic or whatever substance we want to coat. Okay, so it will not react, but it will conduct. Okay, it starts conducting. Okay, so these are the small questions which are really important. Okay, and before that there are questions on this page, on page 112. Okay, questions on page 112. The tables list the results of electrolysis of the number of aqueous solutions using inert electrodes. Okay, I think they're talking about this table. Use the information in the first table to complete the second table. The solutions were electrolyzed under the same conditions as the one below. Okay, it's the same conditions. So the first one, use this first table to give the answer to complete the second table. So electrolyte solution is silver sulfate. Okay, silver sulfate, AgSO4. Okay, and at the anode oxygen is produced, so it means it's a dilute solution. Okay, and the gas given off or metal deposited at the cathode. What will be the metal deposited on cathode? Yes, it will be silver. Good. And what will be the what is the substance which is left?
It's sulfuric acid.
Yeah, sulfuric acid, because it's AgSO4 dissolved in water. Okay, so we have silver ions, sulfate ions, hydrogen ions, and hydroxide ions. Okay, so it's written that gas given off at anode is oxygen. So it means oxide is deposited on the hydroxide on the anode. Okay, so it's a dilute solution. And at the cathode, because we have hydrogen and silver, so the one which is lower in the electrochemical series, that will deposit or that will discharge. Okay, so electrochemical series also learn it. The one which is lower at the position will discharge. So here the silver will deposit on the cathode, hydrogen and sulfate ion will form sulfuric acid. And for this one, sodium nitrate.
Oxygen.
Yeah, again oxygen, because you can see the nitrate will not deposit because nitrate is here. Okay, sodium nitrate is formed. So hydrogen is produced and oxygen. The other thing will be oxygen. You just have to see that the thing which is already written. So the other thing, then the other than that thing will be on the in the empty box. It will come in the empty box. Boys, are you getting it, or is it just going from the top? Okay, you should understand it also. Okay, and boys, about the worksheets, if you have any question related to the electrolysis worksheets, okay, the 3 electrolysis worksheets, so keep them ready. Okay, we'll discuss them on the next week. Okay, in the coming week, the questions related to the worksheets. Okay, and then I will give you the worksheet of acid and alkali also, which you will practice on like during holidays. Okay, for the preparation of exams.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, time is up, right?
Yes.
Sure. At 9:40 or 45.
It started at 12:15.
Yeah, it finishes at 40. Okay, fine. Fine. We can go.
Okay, Lafis.
Okay, and come up with your questions. Okay, next week is all about questions and discussion.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz, ma'am.